Hey, it's Molly. Welcome back to my YouTube channel as I wanted to dive into some of your questions and inquiries about your astrology chart as I discuss it here in my new book, Awakening Astrology, which is focusing on your 5 personal planets. And the book is about your 5 personal planets because this is your innate energy signature. This tunes you into your personal needs, what you value, what you want, how you're here to shine in this life, as well as self-care, how to take care of who you are, understand your energy, and also connect to some of the deeper layers within you, which was one thing I was really excited to share in this book. And so in the very first chapter, where we talk about your sun sign and your solar energy, we go into more of what the soul growth themes are for each astrological sign. And it's designed for you to think about more of the themes in your life that you've encountered, like the patterns or the unconscious themes that you always are experiencing, or you have a sense of, why do I keep coming up against this? Or what is this trying to show me or teach me? Well, every astrological sign has a higher and lower expression of energy. And this is all connected to our soul growth. So the idea is to awaken to those themes, to see those themes in real time in your real life, and then bring it to your consciousness so you have a way of understanding it, maybe seeing why certain things are always coming up for you, or what is happening to show you perhaps how you've always used your energy, but how you can do it differently, how you can make some changes, how you can grow through it. And I feel like that is one of the best things that we can get from astrology, is that we see ourselves better. We know ourselves better, right? We're intentionally raising our own consciousness about some things that other people don't know about. You know, we all know ourselves very intimately and personally because you are in relationship with you your whole life. So you know things about yourself and your energy that others wouldn't have access to. So I hope that this book shows you more of those themes that you may or may not have already identified, but then I also give you some ways of working with the energies in your chart. So specifically, we talk about your 4 soul growth points and how to access that in your chart, starting with your sun sign, starting with how your sun sign is here to shine, be strong, be confident, come across in a way that is truly based in your authentic nature. And then from there, we talk about your blind spot energies, which is the astrological sign before your sun sign. So if your sun sign is in Libra, the blind spot would be Virgo. If your sun sign is in Sagittarius, the blind spot would be Scorpio. If your sun is in Pisces, the blind spot would be Aquarius. And the idea is to look at the energy that came through before you took a body. Because the sun sign is the energy that you're embodying. It's your physical energy vessel, what you're holding, that energetic imprint. But the sun always moves forward. And the sun is always in a progression of energy. It's a progression of consciousness. And so if you can identify those blind spot energies, there's more that you could understand about yourself, more that you could understand about some things that you haven't maybe considered or thought of, or it doesn't feel natural, it doesn't feel comfortable. Because when you think of a blind spot, it's the energy behind you, right? It's like you're not facing that way. So you have to intentionally look at it. And the blind spot energy is meant to help you see something that you can work with, but you might not innately turn to. So of course I talk about it more in the book, but that's what I wanted to offer you, is that when you understand that the astrological wheel is a full progression of consciousness, you have access to all of that energy. But you want to work with it intentionally, right? You want to identify it and you want to know how it does relate to you and how it does support you, especially your sun sign. Then the second point here that we talk about is the ongoing development. And this is the astrological sign that comes next, that happens next in your chart. And there's always this interesting pattern with astrology. There's so many patterns, it makes it quite fascinating. But when you understand the next astrological sign, that's part of your ongoing development of how you take the energy forward. So, for example, all the fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, the next astrological sign is always an earth sign. So those fire signs might have all this enthusiasm and ideas, and I'm going to do this and I want to do that, and there's a lot of movement, there's a lot that you want to get going, a lot of inspiration. But then that next astrological sign is an earth sign that brings something down to earth. It hits reality. It's like, okay, what are you going to do with it? You're really inspired, you're so motivated, but how are you going to create it or put it into something tangible in the real world? And this is part of the ongoing development, because in order to take something forward, you want to know the next steps. And again, that progression of energy, right? That progression of consciousness of how you do something next. So in your chart, again, if you're a fire sign, and if you have another planet in that next astrological sign. So if you're an Aries, you would look and see, do you have planets in Taurus? If you're a Leo, planets in Virgo, Sag, planets in Capricorn, because those are the astrological signs that are going to take it forward for you. If you don't have those planets or points in the next sign, you could have a sense of you have so much to do, but you don't know what to do with it. You don't know how to ground it. You don't know how to make it real. Then you would have to work at developing more of those qualities that take something forward. So this is designed to help you see, what you're really good at, as well as where you need support, and perhaps a new awareness of how you're designed to keep the energy going forward, even if it's not natural for you. So this is going to help connect some dots. And then the other soul growth point here is that you're looking at the astrological sign opposite of your sun sign. And that's your balancing energy. That will always give you another perspective outside of you, right? That's the oppositional energy, as we call it, but you could also see it as the counterpoint, the other side of the coin. What's the perspective from this astrological sign that my sun sign might not see right away, might not connect to? But when you understand your balancing point energy, that other astrological sign that's directly opposite your sun sign, it opens you up to new energies to be aware of. Something you didn't see before, again, other perspectives, other perceptions, and that could help you see more of who you are. This can show up too, let's say for example, your sun is in Gemini, and maybe you don't have any astrological planets or points in Sagittarius, but you have friends who are Sages. They're going to give you a different perspective. They're going to offer you something that you wouldn't normally see, right? That you wouldn't normally consider or tap into. Because the Sagittarius perspective is going to be very different than what the Gemini energy is focused on. But what you're doing here within your own chart is accessing that energy for yourself. So yes, it's wonderful to have the people who reveal more to us, who show us more. But this is understanding that when you're aware of that in yourself, you can work with it. You can consciously work with it. So when you're considering doing something, or maybe you're feeling stuck, right? And you're like, do I do this? Do I not do that? And you're looking to move the energy or to work through something. These points I make in the book are designed to help you to see it in a new way, perhaps give you an insight or tap into something that you didn't consider before. And that's because your full astrological chart is all of your energy. It's all of your energy. And yes, we have certain things that we focus on, certain themes that are strong, certain astrological signs that are perhaps more apparent and energetically expressive. But when you're consciously working with your astrology chart, you can see more. You can see more that you didn't see before. And that's actually one of the ways that astrology can be really fascinating on an ongoing basis. So I hope this book gives you some insights into your chart that you wouldn't normally consider, especially with your sun sign, because that's usually how we come to astrology. You learn about your sun sign, you understand what it means, maybe you grasp onto some keywords, and then you move into another planet or another understanding of your astrology energy at some point. But your sun sign is the brightest light. It is your biggest energy field. And the more that we can work with it consciously, the more we open up that light, the more that we can expand it, be more conscious, be more aware, and also have access to even more parts of our energy field. So I hope this gives some insights into what that's about, what that means for you. I have another video for you here on YouTube that goes through this solar energy grid, where I give you an example of what it looks like and then kind of follow along in the example, but of course then apply it to your own chart, look at it for yourself, see what comes up, experiment with it, new layers to uncover, all that good stuff. So again, thank you so much for joining me. I really hope this supports you. I hope this gives you some good insights into your energy, and of course keeps you curious and open about more of what you can discover in this very beautiful wide world of astrology. I will be back here soon with another video for you, and I'll be talking more about your personal planets as well in some of these ongoing videos here. So please be sure and check those out. I'll see you back here soon.